Now, reference angles are slightly different from standard position angles. While that whole arc that you see here is starting from the standard position, initial end of the positive end of the x-axis, and spinning positive, or you could even spin negative. A reference angle, though, is only the acute angle as compared to the entire x-axis. So wherever this terminal ray stops, what does it make up to the x-axis or down to the x-axis on either end as an acute angle? So here in quadrant 3 would be the reference angle. It's always a positive measurement, like if you were using a protractor. Here's our standard position angle, but the reference angle is the acute angle up to the x-axis. So in quadrant 4, it would be right here. In quadrant 2, here's my terminal ray for my standard position angle, but that is where you see the reference angle. And again, here's a positive standard position angle. Maybe it's 380 degrees. But here in quadrant 1, this little angle right here, that acute angle to the x-axis, is the reference angle. So down here, what are the reference angles? If I have a standard position angle to 135 degrees, positive 0 to 135 degrees, the reference angle is that acute angle right there. How many degrees does it take to go from 135 to the x-axis 180 degrees? That gives us a measurement of what? 45 degrees. So 45 degrees is our reference angle. Here we have in quadrant 3 a standard position angle of 210 degrees, but what is it from 180 degrees down to 210? That acute angle is the reference angle. That's 30 degrees. Down going over here, we have all the way standard position to 300 degrees. But the reference angle is this acute angle up to the x-axis. How many degrees does it take to jump up to the x-axis? And that would be 60 degrees. Same rules hold when they're negative. Here's my standard position, negative. That's actually not negative 240. That would be, let's see, 60, 30, negative 120 is what that should say. That's a mistake right there, and that's a mistake right there. But anyway, how many degrees is it for the reference angle, the acute angle up to the x-axis? How many degrees does it take to go from that, which they're saying is negative 240, which is really positive 240, up to 180? That would be a 60-degree angle. Over here, the acute angle to the x-axis, how many degrees is it from here to there? That's 30 degrees. Always a positive answer, remember. And how many degrees, if that's 225 and a whole circle is 360, how many degrees is it from here to there? How many degrees would that be? Well, I don't know. 45? I think it's 45. Oops. 45 degrees. So remember, your reference angles are always these acute angles to the x-axis. No matter how close it might be to the y-axis, it's the acute angle to the x-axis.